Hi there, Casey Healey, Director here at Century 21 Newcastle, back with you for our Monday wrap, keeping Newcastle investors up to date on what's happening in the current rental market, tips, tricks and strategies to maximise your return on your investment. As always, Nicole Hoare joins me, our investor consultant. Morning, Nick.
Morning.
How was your weekend?
It was good, got some downtime in.
So did I. I did a lot of planning actually, it was really cool.
Planning's good.
Started a habit tracker, so we'll see how we go. Keeping myself accountable.
Stars.
Today I thought we'd chat about the landlord information statement. So once we lease a property or signing up a new management, as a landlord you're acknowledging to abide by this landlord information statement. And what it's doing is protecting property managers as such, because gone are the days a property manager's job is just building and working with tenants and landlords and facilitating that relationship. There's so much,
I think it's a broader scope.
yes, so much obligation and so different types of legislation that you have to abide by to be sure that your property is adequate and safe and meeting the Residential Tenancy Act and the standards that are needed to lease a property. So this landlord information statement protects property managers a little bit, but also educates you as the landlord on what the standards and how a property has to be fit for habitation. So I thought I'd just share with you what's in this landlord information statement, just go into a little bit of detail. So it starts with starting the tenancy. Your property has to be fit to live in. What you must tell the tenant before you sign a lease. So things like, are you thinking of selling the property? That needs to be disclosed to the tenant at the start of the lease, because if not, and you put the property on the market during that lease term, the tenants can break the lease with no penalty. Goes into detail about the written tenancy lease, so your written agreement, not discriminating against what tenant you choose for the property, what the tenant must know before signing that lease, the limits on what the tenant must pay at the start of the tenancy, is a part of a strata scheme, communicating with your tenant, and then down into during a tenancy, payment records, who pays for water usage, when can you increase the rent, limits on the tenants, repairs and maintenance, urgent repairs, smoke alarms, access in the property during the tenancy, tenants' request to make minor changes. So we talked about this one last week. Tenants' right to circumstances of domestic violence. So that's a big one, domestic violence. If tenants are affected by domestic violence, they can break the lease with no penalty at any time. Really, not a lot of questions asked. And then it comes down to ending the tenancy, so termination notice, break lease fees, refunding the bond, and then if the tenant doesn't move out. So it really breaks down each step of the rental process, making it easy to understand your rights as a landlord.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of changes. I mean, you guys would have seen that more so than...
Yeah, the changes happened 2 years ago now? 2 years, March 2020? Yeah. It had been in place for a little bit, but I thought I'd just still break it down just so you have that information, and it's easy found on the Fair Trading website, or even head to our website. It's on our website.
Yeah, that's right. Fair Trading gives so much information.
Oh, really? They're good.
Yeah. Last 7 days,
Yeah.
we've actually had 7 inspections that were conducted. The girls leased 4 of those properties, and on Saturday there was 3 properties open for inspection. And I've spoken to the team this morning, and they anticipate all 3 properties to be leased. So that's really good. But so that with those 3 properties gone, there might have been, I think, one more on there.
There's one property for lease at Hoare. Now we haven't actually been able to get access. We're still waiting on builder handover. That property's being renovated, and we're waiting on builder handover to actually show that property. It was probably, going to be honest, it was listed too early without having that access. It's not something I like to do, but the landlord did request that it be started to be marketed. However, we've marketed now for 10 days without an inspection.
But I also have quite a few popping up this week.
I was going to say, there's a lot coming on. Nick's really popular with the team now.
So I'll be out there getting some open for inspections done this week as well. But we have 2 apartments coming up, one at Newcastle and one at Wickham. I've got 5 houses in the pipeline, but 4 are definitely going to go on this week. So I've got a 4-bedder out at Gilliston Heights, a 4-bedroom out at Aberglasson, Maryland I've got a 3-bedroom upcoming, and Waratah a 3-bedroom. So I'm heading out. I've been out this morning already with Ab, heading back out with Vanessa.
This afternoon to meet the landlords and show the property. So that's our handover process, is that we like the property manager. So Although Nick is our new business specialist and signs up all of the new business, the handover process is seamless within our agency, that the team will actually go on site and meet the new landlord to get to know, and that face-to-face introduction when possible.
Yeah, that's right. So it's not always possible, but we do our best to coordinate it if we can.
Seamless handover.
Absolutely. So that's all from me.
And I'm finished. I've done my education piece. That was my job today. So that's this week's Monday Wrap. If you have any questions, if you've got a property that you want us to help you lease, questions in relation to your current property, not happy with your current property manager, please reach out, give us a call. We'd love to chat to you on how we can help you maximise your return on your investment. I'm Casey Healey, Director here at Century 21 Novocastrian.
And I'm Nicole, Hoare, Investing Consultant within our team.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.